Leicester. Texts are charged at your standard message rate. See our privacy notice at bbc.co.uk/local radio privacy.
Now, let's be honest, the shops are heaving at the moment, especially at the weekends, car parks are full and so on. And if you can't face the shops, or you don't fancy it, or you can't get out to them, you may well look online to do your Christmas shopping. You might do a mixture of both, which is pretty much what I'm doing this year. A debit card, credit card, PayPal, Apple Pay. So many different ways to pay. But how can you protect yourself? Well, Andy Viner is Operation Director at Intellect IT Support. Andy, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
You're a bit of a specialist in how to keep yourself safe online.
Yep.
And often you do that for companies, big business,
Yep.
that, you know, we all think, oh, it's just us being stupid, but big businesses fall foul of stuff all the time too.
Yeah, very much so. And the consumer side of kind of online shopping is obviously massive. Businesses also trade a lot online as well. So the things that businesses have to be aware of, you know, home users and people that, you know, are buying retail items should also be aware of the same kind of issues.
Now, look, what are the issues that we all need to, as consumers at this time of the year, as it's getting a bit close, and you think, you know what, I'm just going to do a bit of a session online and see if I can get some presents bought.
Yeah.
What should you look out for?
Well, I think there's definitely seasonality to it, so everything ramps up kind of November. That's when Black Friday and Cyber Monday happen. That used to be one day, then it was a weekend. Now people string it out. So this is definitely the highest buying time. I think the key things would be spend more on a credit card than a debit card, because you get more protection for online purchases or purchases with a credit card. Making sure that you're using reputable websites, because, you know, if you think you're going to put your own financial bank details into a website, you kind of want to know that there's a process at the other end that's going to protect you if there is an issue with that purchase. So one of the easiest things to look for is Google do a browser called Chrome. Most people are probably aware of that. They made a change earlier on in the year where a website address is historically has been http://. Now Google recognise HTTPS, and the S is for secure. Now at the top left hand corner of the browser, it will tell you if the website is secure or not, and there's a little picture of a padlock. So one of the first and easiest things to do, if you're not using a standard site like Amazon or you know, one of the big online retailers, just look for that, just to make sure that you've got some confidence that the website you're looking at has got some security.
Well, what do you mean by secure? What does a website have to do to be secure?
So that it's quite straightforward for the website owner to implement a secure certificate. It's a digital kind of encryption, which means that the traffic that's transferred over the internet has got some encryption to it. It's not just open for someone to be able to, that's got the tools and the knowledge to go in and to hack it. I think the other thing would be, where are you when you're doing this online shopping? So it's very easy for everyone to go into a cafe or an airport or wherever and just jump on the free Wi-Fi. You're actually better to tether to your own mobile phone and your own data. It's got a little bit more security to it. So where are you when you want to do your online shopping?
I mean, we make it sound like a minefield, but of course, you know, maybe 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago it was, but there are quite reasonable ways of making sure that you're not going to get ripped off. And I suppose using those, you know, whether it be Amazon or Etsy or not on the high street or
That's it.
How does eBay come into all that?
So I think one of the key things to remember about Amazon, for example, is that you've got Amazon that are selling their own goods, and then you've got traders that are posting their own items on there for you to buy. Amazon has got a big kind of back-end process, I guess, a resolution that if there is something wrong with the purchase you've made, you've not received your goods, or it's damaged, there's a returns process. So eBay, again, there's businesses on eBay, and there is I've sold things on eBay like a lot of people have, but again there is a resolution center to it, and I think if you back those purchases up either with a credit card rather than a debit card, and also perhaps PayPal has also got a back-end resolution process to it, so if there's any problems you have a process that you can go down.
It's a bit of a faff though, isn't it? You don't want to have the problems because
I think the with the larger retailers, the volume of transactions that are going through are in there, hundreds of thousands, millions of transactions, at which point they have to have some robust systems that you can go to if you need to. I think this time of year when everyone's trying to find the best present, or what do you
quickly
buy? Yeah, very much so. And there's a convenience to Amazon. You can sit on your sofa and have something delivered the very next day. So that's having some kind of effect on the high street with the retail. One of the safest ways of shopping at Christmas, not necessarily online, but take the technology out of it. There's lots of really nice market towns in the county that have got some traders that actually could do with some local business. And I think, technology is the biggest enabler. It allows us to order, some food from Deliveroo, or a taxi is going to arrive at our feet, within 10 minutes. There's other ways of doing it.
It's interesting you bring that up, actually, as an IT specialist. I mean, it's an interesting message to say, well, maybe you do a bit of both.
Yeah, very much so. And I think when I was growing up, my mum and my dad and me and my sister on a Saturday, we would plan to go into town and do some shopping. Now, Sainsbury's deliver food, Amazon deliver this, and I did loads of Amazon shopping last week. But I think one of the nice things about Amazon, other than the convenience, is, and a lot of people I've spoken to know about this, is the Amazon Smile. So everyone's perhaps heard about the tax issues that Amazon have got, but you can register with Amazon Smile. Just Google it, and you can nominate your favourite charity, and Amazon will make a contribution to that charity of, I think it's 1% of the product price that you're buying. So again, if people are spending a lot of money on Amazon, for example, at Christmas, it's quite a nice way to give something back.
Bizarrely, without actually costing you anything.
Yeah, very much so.
It's a win-win for everybody.
I think one of action fraud is a department, if you like, that's been set up by the police. And again, if you Google action fraud, it's the cyber fraud and crime reporting bureau, if you like, organisation, and they have got lots and lots of information for consumers to look at about how to avoid certain things.
Andy, so thank you. I mean, it's just about keeping your eyes open.
Yeah, common sense. If it looks too good to be true, it probably is.
Probably is.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah, all right. Andy Viner, thanks so much for coming in.
No worries, thank you.
It's 5...